The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 840,611. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 11,071. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 4,324, with total confirmed deaths at 97. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Rhiannon Chertanich. It's 4 p.m. on Tuesday, January 5th. Thanks so much for joining us. LA County hospitals reach a crisis point, and new policies are now in place to address the growing surge of COVID-19 cases. Ambulance crews have been advised not to bring patients to hospitals if they have virtually no chance of survival. They're also being told to cut back on oxygen use. The LA County Emergency Medical Services Agency issued a directive on Monday, which states that effective immediately, the EMS should only administer supplemental oxygen to patients with oxygen saturation below 90%. Hospitals are moving as quickly as they can to discharge sick patients who, during normal circumstances, would be allowed to stay longer for continued observation. To date, the LA County Public Health Department confirmed 840,611 positive cases of COVID-19, 11,071 deaths, and 7,898 people hospitalized with the coronavirus, with 21% in the ICU. Public health officials say the high number of COVID-19 patients in our hospitals is not only distressing to those who have the virus, but also to other people who experience heart attacks, strokes, or traumatic injuries and are finding it more difficult to access care. They discourage Angelenos from calling 911 unless there is an absolute emergency. The Public Health Department tweeted this graphic today with a reminder that our actions over the next couple of weeks are a matter of life and death for many. Travelers coming back to LA are now mandated to fill out a travel form and quarantine for 10 days. It's the latest effort by leaders in our region to stop the spread of COVID-19. Emails, text alerts, and airport staff members are reminding individuals to complete the form online. Airline officials are also asking to see proof that this task has been completed. After Thanksgiving, the city of LA started requiring all incoming travelers from another state or country to fill out the form and acknowledge that they had read and understood the county's travel requirement and the state's travel advisory. An LAX spokesperson says they're trying to educate people about the traveler form with signs. They're also making multiple overhead announcements throughout the day. Travelers over the age of 16 must submit the form online prior to or upon arrival at LAX, Union Station, or Van Nuys Airport. Those who don't do this can be fined up to $500. So far, LA city officials say only about half of all travelers have been filling out the form. They hope with education, encouragement, and outreach, more travelers will follow the rules and take personal responsibility for their actions. The new strain of COVID-19 first detected in the United Kingdom is now in multiple parts of Southern California. 2 people in the Big Bear area tested positive for the variant. They're from the same household. One of those people had contact with a traveler who returned from the UK last month and started showing symptoms 3 days later. The San Bernardino County Department of Public Health is monitoring the situation and says they're unsure if the traveler from the UK also got tested. He arrived in California more than 2 weeks before the U.S. started requiring a negative coronavirus test result from all air travelers flying in from the UK. And a total of 4 people in San Diego are now known to have the new variant. This strain is believed to be more contagious, though not more severe than the original coronavirus. Federal health officials say the vaccines we currently have should also protect against this variant. Meanwhile, in the UK, Prime Minister Boris Johnson ordered a new nationwide lockdown for England for at least the next 6 weeks. Scotland's leader declared similar measures on Sunday. The new measure closes schools, personal care businesses, and in-person dining. Additionally, residents are asked to limit outdoor exercise to just once a day. A hospital worker trying to spread some holiday cheer could have spread the coronavirus instead. On Christmas Day, a healthcare employee at the Kaiser Permanente San Jose Medical Center dressed up in an inflatable air-powered costume. He was in the emergency department where dozens of hospital staff members have now tested positive for COVID-19. Hospital officials say the costume may be to blame as the employee wore it on Christmas Day, and 44 people who were in that part of the hospital tested positive between December 27th and January 3rd. One emergency department worker who had a shift on Christmas died from COVID-19 complications. A hospital spokesperson says any exposure, if it occurred, would have been completely innocent and accidental. But at the same time, this should serve as a very real reminder that the virus is widespread and we must all be vigilant. The person wearing the costume did not have any COVID symptoms. Hospital officials are investigating whether the outfit, which had a fan, was a contributing factor in the outbreak. New guidelines are now available after healthcare workers experienced allergic reactions to the COVID-19 vaccines. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention updated who should avoid getting the shot or use extra caution. The CDC guidelines now state that anyone who has previously suffered an immediate allergic reaction of any severity to any ingredient found in Pfizer or Moderna's vaccines should not be vaccinated unless they have been cleared by doctors. One ingredient that's being looked at closely is called polyethylene glycol. It has never been used in a vaccine before, but is an ingredient in many drugs. The CDC also says anyone allergic to polysorbate should not get the shots. It's not actually in the vaccines, but people who are sensitive to it may also be sensitive to polyethylene glycol. Meanwhile, experts confirm that people who have serious food or medication allergies can still get vaccinated, but they should be observed for 30 minutes afterwards instead of the usual 15-minute recommendation. They're also being told to get the shot at a facility that can immediately treat an allergic reaction should it occur. The allergic reactions remain rare, but experts say it's still important for any serious symptom to be treated immediately. The CDC says anyone who suffers a severe allergic reaction to the first dose should not get their follow-up shots. You may soon be able to get your COVID-19 vaccine shots from your dentist. California is speeding up efforts to get more people vaccinated, and that includes expanding the list of people who can distribute the vaccines. Healthcare workers, including clinicians, pharmacy techs, and now even dentists, will start giving the shots. The president of the California Dental Association says dentists have the capability to help communities by providing the vaccine so more people can get it quickly. The Department of Consumer Affairs approved a public health emergency waiver that will allow more than 36,000 dentists across the state to give the vaccine to people 16 years old and older. Before being able to vaccinate, dentists are required to complete an online CDC training that could take 3 to 4 hours. At last count, only 1% of California's 40 million residents have been vaccinated against the coronavirus. Hollywood may shut down again as the COVID surge continues. SAG-AFTRA, the union representing actors and independent producers, as well as the Joint Policy Committee and the Producers Guild of America, released a statement saying they want to put productions on hold in Southern California. After a complete shutdown at the start of the pandemic, filming ramped up again to as much as 90% of pre-pandemic levels, according to SAG-AFTRA. Over the summer, a production protocol agreement was created to allow for filming to take place as safely as possible, But as case numbers rise, these groups are recommending a temporary hold on production targeting commercials and independent productions. SAG-AFTRA's president says, quote, Southern California hospitals are facing a crisis, the likes of which we have never seen before. Patients are dying in ambulances waiting for treatment because hospital emergency rooms are overwhelmed. This is not a safe environment for in-person production right now. The union's members in Southern California are being encouraged to stay home and not accept on-set employment for the next several weeks. Major studios have already extended their usual holiday hiatus to mid-January. Among those hospitalized with COVID-19 here in LA County is veteran talk show host Larry King. King was taken to the ICU on New Year's Eve, but on Monday, his spokesperson says he's moved out of that department and is able to breathe on his own again. The 87-year-old broadcasting legend spent many years as a radio DJ. He was also the host of CNN's Larry King Live for 25 years. He continued hosting Larry King Live on other platforms and owns a production company called Aura TV. Sandra Scully, wife of Dodgers Hall of Fame announcer Vin Scully, died Sunday evening. Sandra battled Lou Gehrig's disease for several years and passed away from complications of ALS at the age of 76. The Los Angeles Dodgers tweeted the sad news, writing in part that Sandra was Vin's biggest fan and was always there in loving support of him until she began her battle with ALS. Sandra leaves behind her 93-year-old husband, with whom she has been married for 48 years. They also shared 6 children, 21 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren. The family thanks everyone for their thoughts and prayers. They're asking for donations to be made to the Department of Neuromuscular Disease at UCLA ALS Research in Sandra Scully's name. Some drugstore and grocery workers in LA County may get a hero pay bump soon. It's a hazard pay for these essential workers who have been working on the front lines as coronavirus cases climb. The LA County Board of Supervisors is set to vote today on a motion to boost their pay by $5 more per hour. It would affect those working at major drugstore and grocery chains. The motion would only apply to chains in the unincorporated parts of LA. On Monday, the union representing these essential workers reported another 149 COVID-19 cases, bringing the total of those who tested positive in our region to 3,270. Long Beach has already paved the way, voting to give grocery workers an additional $4 an hour in hero pay last month. Some more students at the Torrance Unified School District are returning for in-person classes this week. First graders in the blended learning model went back to school starting on Monday. TUSD is following all protocols from the LA County Public Health Department, as well as the current modified stay-at-home orders, which still allow schools to continue providing some in-person instruction. These protocols include limiting students on campus to 25% or less of the entire school population. Arlington Elementary School in North Torrance posted, "Welcome back, first grade superstars. We missed you and are so happy to see you in person." And Lincoln Elementary School posted, "Happy New Year's and welcome back from winter break." Prior to this week, more than 1,500 students have already returned to learn on campus, and the school district continues to work with the guidelines provided by the Public Health Department. The Torrance City Council will not meet tonight as it is a previously scheduled dark night. The city leaders will meet next Tuesday, January 12th, starting at 7 p.m. sharp for the public portion of the council meeting. It's the first Takeout Tuesday of 2021. Torrance residents can help local restaurants by ordering a delicious meal to enjoy at home. It's a campaign the city started last month to help our small businesses impacted by the pandemic. Order from your favorite restaurant or try something new and share your experience on social media. Use the hashtag Torrance Takeout so we can see what you're having for dinner tonight. Check out a long list of restaurants in our city at torranceca.gov/takeout. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community, feel-good pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. The Utopian Society Project and Inca Cares teamed up to deliver 40 hot meals to the Torrance Police Department. They shared their act of kindness on social media, thanking our local heroes for continuing to serve our community during this pandemic. If you'd like to help provide meals for frontline workers, El Pollo Inca and Inca Wasi are gathering donations on GoFundMe. You can learn more by checking out at El Pollo Inca Torrance on Instagram and clicking on their link in bio. What a great way to support each other locally. If you have a great story to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as Christine Lee brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.